I remember there was like a time, it was like just before, it was like after junior high and before high school, like during that summer, some girlfriends of a bunch of girls were like, we're going to go see this band at CBGB's, and the singer's really cute, and we should all go. And so we all went, and there's this band called the Student Teachers, and the drummer was a girl, and there was also another girl playing bass, and the rest were guys. Like, it was a 5-piece. So, but seeing this band, it kind of made me think, like, oh, I could do that. Like, it was just seeing another girl playing drums. Yeah. And then also there was a bass player, so I was like, oh, I could either play bass or drums. You know, it was like one of those, like, it's just one of those things. Like, it had to be in front of your face to be like, oh, aha. And I remember meeting this guy, John Barry, who was the original guitarist for the Beastie Boys, and he introduced me to Mike Diamond, and then eventually Adam Yauch. And they had a band that they were playing called Young Aborigines, and they were kind of more like post-punk, like Public Image, Susie and the Banshees-ish, tribal kind of thing. And they invited me to come up and play percussion with them. Mike was playing drums. Okay. And just went up there and jammed. I mean, I was like 13, 14 years old. Yeah. And so, you know, we would rehearse as the Young Aborigines, and it was kind of like our serious band. And then when we were done, we'd all switch instruments, and that's how the Beastie Boys kind of came. It was kind of a joke. It was just like, let's be a punk rock band now, and just like make up songs. We kind of never really took it seriously. So, but we did enough, so we had enough songs to play a show. Our first show was at this loft where we rehearsed. It was for a birthday party. But after that show, people liked us so much, they kind of like wanted us to keep playing, but we were like, well, we're not really a band, you know?
Step back, catch back, catch up, heart attack, move back into the channel, wasn't on anymore, lost the white shadow, somewhere down the street. Moved to channel 11, was no longer on channel 2. Where's the white shadow?
Like right from the get-go, we kind of had kind of cool tours. We were really lucky. Like, we opened for the Breeders, and they were, you know, we were all obsessed with them. It was another great band with women, and like strong women, strong personalities. You know, we did Lollapalooza with them and the Beastie Boys. I think we're the only band who did Lollapalooza and Lilith Fair, which is kind of cool. Actually amazing. Like, we got to meet some of our biggest idols. Like Chrissie was on there, Bonnie Raitt. Of course, Sarah McLachlan was amazing. Sheryl Crow turned out to be like, it's so amazing, so supportive, and amazingly musical, and just very cool. So, you know, as female musicians, we've always gravitated to other female musicians, and I think it's nice to be around other women who are working in the business and like just get their point of view and see how they do it, and just watch how like someone like Bonnie Raitt, who's been touring for since the 70s, and how she's maintained her sense of self and her health and her success and all that kind of stuff. After Lilith Fair ended, there was a backlash against women, especially on the radio. And it kind of switched back into this whole kind of macho Limp Bizkit and Korn and all this kind of stuff. And they kind of knocked all female voices off the radio. So that's kind of why our band ended up splitting up at the end of like 99, 2000. It was just sort of like, what are we doing? You know, like we can't get a break. Like we just released an album that we think is great, but all these radio stations are telling us we're already playing a female on the radio, so we're not going to play you guys, you know, like that kind of stuff.